mixing me vodka and me Fanta orange.
Single mum Hannah was putting her own fun before her daughter's future.
I just love getting drunk because you can make a show out of yourself and not really care about it.
Hannah would often leave baby Tanisha with her mother while she went out on the town.
My attitude to life is live today like there's no tomorrow. I don't think it's selfish that I leave the baby for 2 nights a week. Yeah, but that's what people do on Fridays.
Yeah, I didn't want you getting off your face like that, Annie. You were falling down the stairs and everything. You couldn't stand up straight. She can't live like that. She's got a baby. I just hope this experience will learn her something.
Well, bye.
James couldn't bear to spend any time with his own mother.
I come here so often to escape from my mum because me and my mum have a difficult relationship. Like, we don't really get along with each other.
I think James is wasting his time at the moment, just concentrating on friends and going out drinking, and he smokes weed and that.
I've been smoking it since I was about 12 years old. It's quite a big part of my life, really. I smoke weed every single day. It's always a good thing to have when you feel like really. James
needs to realise that he has got potential, but I need him to make these changes. Sorry.
James and Hannah's parents were at their wits' end when they agreed to send their children to America to experience strict parenting firsthand.
Gonna miss him loads, but I'm proud of him for doing this.
Just a bit sad, just so she learns something while she's out there.
James and Hannah were sent to Utah, deep in America's Midwest, for 8 days of clean living and rigid rules courtesy of the family.
Drinking, drugs and sex, they're selfish behaviours that destroy lives.
When it comes to enforcing rules, Mum Nicolene takes no prisoners.
Discipline is really important in our home.
For children's lives, it is very good to have morals and standards and rules in the home.
The believe every child is capable of greatness.
They've got to make a difference in this world, a difference for good. That's why we parent the way that we parent, because we are warriors for good.
Yours is, mine's the strong gravity. It was like that, literally that much vodka and about that much coke.
There they are. Oh my God. I sort of had like a vision of them, and like they sort of like met the vision that I had of them when I first seen them. I'll give you the hug.
Hi, I'm Nicolene. I can give you a hug. Definitely, definitely.
Hi.
Spencer.
Hi.
Nice to have you here. I'm James.
James, good to meet you. I'm Nicolene. Good to meet you.
We didn't really give a good first impression. He strolled up there with a fag in our hand, some vodka in our hand, a little bit pissed.
Can I actually smell what you're drinking to make sure it's not like alcohol or something? Oh, whoa, I can smell it from here.
She took it off us and poured it out, and then I was thinking, oh, I'm not gonna like you. You just wasted my alcohol. She just drank it in the car.
Are you ready to go in?
Yeah.
When she did that, I thought, oh, she's gonna be a proper through the week. So I thought, oh my days, I'm in for a tough week, and I was like quite worried.
As Mormons, the are firm believers in modest dress.
We will not wear clothing that shows our shoulders, stomachs, backs, or thighs.
Hannah was not.
Oh God, this is wrecking my head. This is wrecking my head. I don't understand why you can't show your shoulders. God gave us shoulders for a reason. I'm not wearing that. No way, Jose.
Hey, it would be cute.
No, are you having a laugh?
But Nicolene stood firm, even when Hannah wanted it her way.
Look at the state of me. I look like a hippie. To me, that was like probably like the most time I've ever been like the most covered up and all that. She's like, no, you can't go out in that.
At home, Hannah would always win a row by shouting the loudest, but throwing tantrums had no effect on Nicolene.
You make me feel like you're ashamed to take me as myself, to see your family like it's some special thing. That's why I'm pissed off with you. And I used to call her everything, your slag and everything. She'd sit there so calm.
Which is why it's probably not wise for us to go then.
Sound, let's go then. I'm going out in a big girl. Oh, my fat!
I did like start learning like how to control my anger a bit better and all that.
The next day, it was James's turn to kick off. He didn't want to take part in Nicolene's homeschooling.
I don't want to learn about maths and English. I don't want to learn science.
I understand that you're acting like you know what my plan is for the day, which I think you don't.
I've already been through school, so I didn't see the point in having to sit there with a bunch of kids and learning kiddie stuff when I already know it. I'm sick of being treated like a little kid when I'm not a little kid. Idiot.
Okay. Colin.
Are they running away, Mom? Mama, are they running away?
I think they've about gone nuts.
You just wanted to cause a bit of chaos and just have a bit of fun.
Later on in the week, Nicolene tried again to get James involved in home education.
It was very difficult for me to, like, cope in certain situations. And we started doing these little games and that. I just got really, really stressed out and I just gave up on it. Stressing me out! I need some space from everyone, yeah. I need some space from that woman because she'll really do my head in.
James was asked to join some team-building exercises run by Nicolene's sister, Janelle.
Can't be asked anyway, I'm walking. Can't be bothered. I can let the team down, I don't care.
I just want to talk to you for a minute.
No, because you're not going to understand, there's no point in talking. It was very difficult to talk about my feelings with Janelle because I don't open up to anyone. I'm not going to open up to her.
When things get really hard at home, what do? Do you give up?
Yes.
Where does it get you?
I'm a failure. I give up on everything, so...
You're not a failure.
You don't know me, so how can you say that or not? I hate feeling like things because it just makes me feel about myself. I'm disappointed in myself.
But just like her sister, Janelle refused to give up on a child in need.
Would you be willing to continue on with the race? Because your team said, we can't go on because James isn't here. Should we go get him? And so they care about you. They want you to succeed. They want you to be a part of their success. Yeah? All right, let's go. Just right back here.
So what are you all doing?
Somehow we're supposed to try to get everyone on.
It's ridiculous.
People stand on the bottom so they stay in place.
At the end of the day, everyone was rewarded with a bracelet to remind them of their achievements.
What does this rope mean to you?
To never give up and to keep on trying no matter how stressful it is, to just keep on going. I learned that, like, I can overcome hard obstacles, like, no matter what gets in my way, even if it pisses me off that much, I can still come back stronger and get the work done in the end of it, you know what I mean? No matter if I go off on one, I can still do it. I've got to start having faith in myself.
Hannah had been away from daughter Tanisha for nearly a week when a letter arrived from her mum.
Hannah babe, half the time you have my heart broken with your behaviour. Your drinking and smoking really scares me. It's way out of hand. I hope you learn to be a better person and respect the people around you.
That just made me realise, like, a daughter shouldn't be treating a mum like that. Like, she gave me life, and I was just taking advantage of it and just treating her like...
Oh, this sunshine. You can't wait to go home now. See my little girl. And she deserves a better mum than I've been to her.
Took advantage of Hannah's upset, asking their kids to sing and help the teens focus on their futures.
That was so sad. I just burst out crying. I was started thinking of her and my mum and the nasty things I've done to my mum and that. And I just burst out crying. I didn't want to cry, but I couldn't keep it in. It just started coming, and I just couldn't stop then.
It made me realise how nasty I've been to my family.
Yeah, how I act towards my mum.
Yeah. And I need to tell her that I love her so much. And that I miss her, and I'm going to be good for her. That from now on, I'm not going to be nasty to her no more, because she doesn't deserve it.
That was the big turning point for me. I thought I have got to change because I can't keep going on like this.
James's parents divorced when he was just 7. He rarely sees his father. As the week unfolded, James began to form a special bond with Spencer.
Spencer is such a sound, genuine guy.
There's your horn. Go ahead and press that. There's your horn.
He took me out on a driving lesson, went out of his way to take me out for a driving lesson and to teach me something what my own dad should have really taught me.
You ready? There you go.
He just helped me get so much more confidence. He helped me, taught me in the right way.
Oh shit, sorry. Just slowly on the brake, don't hit it real hard.
And after a while, I just banged the radio on. I was just driving through America like, yeah.
Let's try to park.
He's the one person who helped me improve my confidence here. I've got so much respect for the guy.
Pick a spot, park in that spot. Just make sure you're in between the 2 lines.
I was like, I did good, you know. I did well good. I was just like so proud of myself that I did so good on it. I was just like, yeah. I did wicked.
Did I want to say goodbye to you? Oh, it was horrible. Saying goodbye to the family, knowing like they're so far away and like I could like hardly ever see them again. I loved them all at the end of it. I just didn't want to go.
Thank you, Spencer. Thank you for the driving lesson and everything. You're like a father.
Don't kill anybody, okay?
In my eyes, I'd gone through a big journey. I accomplished so many different things. I went through so many different emotions. I just didn't want it to end. I didn't want to leave the family, really. I just thought that was all wicked.
See you later. You love you, drive safe.
3 months on, and Hannah's experience with the has made her face up to her responsibilities.
If I could speak to Nicoline and Spencer now, I'd just say thanks for helping me change my life for the better. Yay! Love hands. I haven't effect on Tanisha's life because like I was like a wild child and I haven't all settled down because I really didn't want her to turn out like me. Yay! Go again! I want to get a career so I can give her what she needs and what she wants and just give her the best life that I can give her.
In Leicester, James feels like a new man since returning home.
The biggest thing I learned about myself, I'm never going to give up my dream. No matter what gets in my way, no matter who tries to get in my way, I'm still going to get there.
There's a lot of happy times there.
I remember, I was thinking up on me and my mum were like, it's been like this, we are just like proper tight now. I talk to her about everything, don't argue with her anymore. I just do things when she tells me to do them. I respect her more. I tell her I love her every night, man. I think she's proper boss.
I am being considerate. They're not coming here, are they? So there's not a problem. No, they're not coming here, so there's not a problem.
Debbie's relationship with her parents had hit rock bottom.
We're always at loggerheads. She just will not accept the responsibility of being an adult, or of even being a human being at the moment.
Her constant drinking and refusal to ever apologise had turned their home into a battleground.
I hate being told what to do. It really grates on us. Oh my God!
I'm tired. I'm tired of the constant walking on eggshells.
And what have you done all afternoon? You haven't done what I've asked you to do. I know what you've done. You've laid on the sofa, you've watched TV all afternoon.
17-year-old Daniel Quarter was taking his parents completely for granted.
Daniel is selfish, stubborn, lazy, dirty, grubby, filthy. Every day, I'd say we end up having some kind of argument, for want of a better word.
He never lifted a finger at home and refused to pay attention to anything he didn't enjoy.
We argue about my schoolwork a lot because I don't do it or I don't go.
To his parents' dismay, Daniel only cared about his band.
He thinks he's a rock star. Yes, it's good that he's got music in his life, but he's got to learn about other things in life as well. He's got to know that he's got to do well at school and that he may not become a famous rock star.
So what happened when Debbie and Daniel were sent to Beirut to live with the strictly Muslim family? Mum Aman's approach to parenting is extremely hands-on.
I think respect is everything in the world.
When I punish really hard.
She demands absolute commitment to education.
You have to better your handwriting. Studying is very important. If they got no grades in school, they will be punished.
And our children are under no illusion as to who rules the roost.
Being rude to your parents is actually not good at all because they raised you.
We have some rules, we have to obey them, and if we don't, we get punished.
The nerves kicked in immediately for Debbie and Daniel as they took in the sights of a city ravaged by years of war.
There was the army absolutely everywhere, and they all had the big guns, so I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna say the wrong thing and be shot.
Meeting a woman wearing the hijab was another first.
Hi. Hi, how are you?
Nice
Debbie?
Yeah, I'm Debbie, yeah.
I'm Iman.
Seeing a man totally covered up really intimidated us, to be honest. In Carlisle, I've seen maybe 2 people covered up, but I mean, they get like stared at in the street. It is not normal.
The Brits' experience got underway with a rude awakening. In time for prayers and school.
Tired?
As in any Muslim home, alcohol was strictly forbidden in the household.
You look dead scared. It's all right. Don't worry, you won't get into trouble.
A rule that Debbie had no problem ignoring.
I took the vodka to school because it seemed the safest place to do it, like the place that we were least likely to get caught. If we get a bottle of Coke, drink some, tip that in, maybe eat one and no one's going to question it.
Vodka.
The last day of term at our school, you start drinking at like 8:30 in the morning and you're wasted by lunchtime when you finish. And then I thought, we'll do one of them, we'll show them how the Brits do it.
Sneaking the booze into school was Debbie's first step on the road to change.
It's gorgeous. You know, David, like porn actually.
It is, isn't it?
Darling and Debbie, I just need
Yes.
to see you in my office for about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Is that
sure,
all right?
cool, yeah, that's fine.
Getting caught kick-started an intense relationship with a man.
I seen a man and I thought, bollocks in. That's exactly what went through my head.
Alcohol are not allowed in my house.
We're not in your house though.
This was in my
and
house.
as well, we're kind of like getting rid
This
of it while
was
we
in
can.
my house, in my girl's bedroom. This is very, for me, a very great violation of the rule. You should be ashamed of yourself. Don't look me in the eye.
Back home, Debbie wasn't the only one in trouble for her drinking.
She helped Debbie to break these rules, and she must be punished the same.
I just felt awful, and she got a phone taken off her, and she wasn't allowed on the internet or anything. She wasn't allowed to make up, and I was like, oh, it's the last thing I need, because like me and her were proper friends as well.
I just didn't want to tell her because you said you're not going to get me in trouble.
Yeah, I didn't even think that she'd do that. Oh, sorry. I feel really bad now. Oh, it's okay.
Seeing Janan upset just made Debbie feel even more sorry for herself.
She said it was all right, but it was kind of, it's fine. When, you know, she said it's fine to be nice, but it wasn't.
For Daniel, it wasn't until a man sent him to volunteer at a children's home that he started to put his selfish attitude into perspective.
I wasn't sure what I'd be doing there, like helping out the kids or anything. And I thought I might quite enjoy it, like, 'cause I'm quite good with kids.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The home looks after abused and abandoned children from 1 year old all the way up to 18.
Here with the little ones sleep. Ages 3 to 7, 8. They sleep here.
Okay.
I would like to tell you about some of the stories of the children. The saddest one, of course, is the story of a little girl. Her mom was trying to sell her for body parts.
Amongst many shocking stories of survival, there was one child in particular that caught Daniel's attention.
Hassan is a 1-year-old Sudanese who came, and he is part of our family now.
He wanted to sweep up for me, so he was going for the brush. It was hard to believe that anyone could abandon a child like of that size, and he was so cute. Homophobe was like so hard hitting for me because I've got like everything I could ever want, and they've got nothing, and they all seem so happy there.
Inspired by the children he'd met, Daniel wanted to help in whatever way he could. For the first time in years, he'd decided to do something for someone else.
Do you not have any tools to fix any of these, or?
No, I think we'll fix it, I think.
I just like came across them when I was supposed to be tidying up, and like obviously knowing my stuff around bikes, I knew I could fix like a few of them.
Daniel was learning that not only was he capable of hard work, but that it could even be fulfilling.
It was really good once I did fix one, and one of the guys said, "You're a great man for doing this." I was like, and he could speak hardly any English, and he managed to say that. It was like, that was the best part. Like, that really made me feel good about myself.
Thanks.
It's okay.
Toward the end of their trip, the teens were invited to a traditional Lebanese wedding, but Debbie was still sulking about the vodka and wasn't in the mood.
At the point of the Lebanese wedding, I couldn't give a stuff about anything anymore.
You are absolutely wrong.
Yes, I am.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes, you are. Yes, I swear.
Debbie couldn't have been more offensive if she tried.
You've been swearing at me.
Yes, I am. I honestly didn't mean for her to hear it. I was just trying to get the last word. I was like, as well, she took it so much more offensively than I would take it.
You have to suffer a lot with me.
But after losing her temper again, Debbie began to question her self-indulgent behaviour.
Made me feel like hot at the time, and then I thought, hasn't really solved much, has it? I still feel it. Now I've got one less person backing us up, you know, kind of isolated myself by doing that.
Debbie was called to a family meeting to discuss her foul behaviour.
I actually thought I was just going to get kicked out, to be honest. That's honestly what I thought. I was like, well, I won't be allowed back in the house.
The rude way that you're talking to Iman is unacceptable. He told you to apologize to Iman.
After the family meeting, I totally broke down. I just felt absolutely awful. Like, I've even got a lump in my throat thinking about it. I honestly thought, oh my God, what sort of evil thing am I that I can do that to a family in a few days?
Debbie had the chance to address her greatest problem, her refusal to ever back down or apologise.
I didn't want things to be bad, and I thought I shouldn't waste the little time I've got left just feeling sorry for myself and being stubborn like always. And I thought, it's the one thing at home that I don't do. Let's see what happens. You know, I've got nothing to lose. Iman, I'd just like to say about yesterday. I don't deal well with criticism, but I should have expressed myself in a more appropriate manner than swearing at you, so I do apologise.
Thank you for your apology.
Yeah, I don't want to be on bad terms. The only thing to gain from it was Iman's friendship again, and yeah, it showed us that by saying sorry, you're not losing. It's just if you're in the wrong, then you should apologise. Yeah,
Shall we?
I am sorry.
It's okay. I really didn't mean to upset you. So I think it's time for you to leave. Oh my God, tears.
I never thought I'd get as attached to the family as I did. But by the end of the week, I could have spent a year there, and I'm sure we'd all still be having a laugh and getting on.
They've had a big impact on my life. I'll never forget them. Debbie was really like heartbroken about it, like crying and stuff. My main thought was, I get to go home. So.
So how has life been for Debbie since returning to her own family?
Yeah, that's Macrude, Iman. The World's Strictest Parents was the most amazing experience I've had. Like, it was fantastic. Doesn't he look so much like Cousin Stuart though? Yeah.
One thing that Debbie did say when she came back was that she'd realised it was okay to say sorry and not feel as though you've lost the argument. And I think that was an important lesson.
They did teach me that I'm not as bad a person as I thought I was. I am bothered. I do want to be close to my family.
Since going to Lebanon, Daniel has completely transformed his attitude.
Spending time in Lebanon has made me think about my selfish, egotistical way.
After putting his feelings about the experience on paper, he wanted to share it with his parents.
Spending time at the Home of Hope made me realise why bothering really does make a difference. If no one bothered, these battered, abused and abandoned kids would have nothing. The children at the centre would do anything for parents like I have. I do nothing for my parents. I suppose rock and roll sounds cliché, but I would be nothing without the support of my parents.
Oh, why don't you ever tell things like that?
It's better to put it down into words.
Yeah, that's lovely.
This experience has definitely altered my life. Now, because I know how lucky I am to have my education and all that kind of thing, I really want to work hard to get, like, my degree and then get into a really good job. It's made me respect myself a lot more, and respect others.
17-year-old Peter expected life to be handed to him on a silver platter.
That is all vodka, boy.
Ideal world. Absolutely minted. Loads of fit girls, loads of drink. Perfect, mate.
Peter, get up now and pick up this stuff and hang up your suit.
But despite his privileged upbringing, he was throwing it all away.
This morning I've received a letter from Peter's school that's expressing their concern that he's not currently on course to achieve his target grades.
At the beginning of year 10, I was feeling like 10 A stars. And like during the 2 years, it went down to like straight U's.
I can't imagine how much money has gone on that boy's education and his whole life.
Down in Sussex, Jocelyn spent most of her time smoking marijuana.
You do smoke cannabis, we all know that. We're not all stupid now, are we?
After being kicked out of college, she'd spent an entire year doing nothing.
I hate people telling me what to do all the time. I could never handle the teachers at school because they just think that they can order you around.
If you don't get an education, how are you going to fund all that? How are you going... Well, how are you...
Fund what?
Well, your life in the future when you leave home.
Peter and Jocelyn went to live with the a modern Indian family in search of excellence.
We came from normal middle-class family background. We aspire to do good in life.
Dad Uni is CEO of a company employing 5,000 people. He believes that everyone should make the most of every opportunity they have.
Education is very important in our house. It's possibly the most important thing. If you don't focus on your education now, you'll end up in a slum.
To show the Brits just how privileged they were, Uni started by sending them off to witness the genuine hardship of India's poorest communities.
When they told me I was going to be working for the charity, like picking up rubbish, I was like, that's never going to happen. I'm not going to do any of this work. I don't do charity.
When you see these guys like with nothing, you'll feel like sort of, you may feel ashamed of yourself for not doing anything.
It's not so much I hate the charity, it's that I hate doing stuff for free.
Peter was assigned to litter collection, while Jocelyn was asked to work with some of the poorest kids.
I was a bit nervous because I know what I'm like when I see stuff that's really horrible. I get all emotional.
Put 2 ponytails. We have to make this like this.
Oh, ponytails. Well, it was just that I'm wasting my life sitting in a car smoking weed, and then I get to India and there were these little kids in these little houses, and I was just like, oh, what am I doing? Like, I felt really good after I'd helped them. I mean, like, I didn't do a huge amount, you know, I brushed a few people's hairs, and I just felt so bad. They don't have chances like we all do. The kids made me cry.
On the other side of the community, getting up close and personal with poverty wasn't having the intended effect on Peter.
No, I'm not used to this, so it's pretty like gash, really.
Just pick up a bit. Here, we have to pick up.
They're all going on at me like, oh, you've got to do it, you've got to do it. And that just made me even more angry. I was like, well, I don't have to do anything.
Bend down and pick up.
No.
And it's not that much dirty.
There was no persuading Peter to get his hands dirty.
I realised that they're sort of like, don't have anything, but I don't care.
I will hold. You have to bend up.
Oh, fuck it. I'll see you all later. Nah, I can't bother. He tried to stop me walking out, and I was like, seriously, get out of the way, and he wouldn't let me go, so I just grabbed him and threw him on the other side. I was like, twat.
Wait.
Get out of my way. It was pretty funny, to be honest.
He acted like a bloody fool. He's just gone and walked off, man. He's supposed to be doing the social work, yeah? I mean, I'm doing it. What's gonna happen to the family honor and stuff, man?
I was so surprised at Pete's reaction. He was really pretty disgusting at the slums.
Peter's shock outburst got the week off to a bad start. The owners hoped that joining Siddharth at the school would encourage both the teens to achieve their potential. But before they'd even left the house, Jocelyn chose to rebel against the school's compulsory uniform.
It's disgusting. When they showed me that dress, Jesus Christ. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Get it away from me.
School, attention. We should now sing the national anthem.
The assembly we had, they all like lined up and like it was like stand at attention, stand at ease, and I was standing there like this, like, what are you chatting about? I'm not going to stand at attention for some bloke in a cloak.
We have a lot of school rules, we expect discipline, and we definitely expect you to be in proper uniform. So I'd like to see Jocelyn after assembly, please. You will stand expelled from the school if you do not follow our rules.
I'm not going to.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not going to.
She absolutely refuses to get into uniform. I will not tolerate that. Send her home, please. That's okay. Let her go home.
I felt a bit bad because, like, I got on quite well with the mum. I'm too opinionated, really. I can't just back down.
With Jocelyn excluded, Peter was left to get on with the day, but he still revelled in his bad boy behaviour.
What's the worst thing you've ever done to your parents?
Probably the worst thing was I went out to a party one night and I got like really drunk, and when I got home I got in one of my mum's cars, so I drove it and I crashed it, so I got arrested and had to spend the night in a police cell because I was like drunk and that.
Oh my God, you know how bad that is?
I was just like, Jesus Christ, they're being so sort of like moral and absolutely slating me, and I was just like, Jesus, leave me alone.
Back at the apartment, Jocelyn arrived to some words of encouragement from home.
My letter with my mum was horrible. It made me cry a lot. We hope that you are having time to think while you're away and to reflect on the choices you have made in your life over the last few years. Since you started secondary school, you seem to have adopted a persona that rejects the authority. I'm hopeful that you'll come back and finish your sixth form courses, and I hope you'll go on to pursue a career that makes use of your talents and that makes you happy. We'll always be here for you and love you very much, Mum. I've always thought that I was, you know, the disappointment in the family, and she made me feel like I wasn't such a disappointment, like, at all. She said that she was, like, proud of me and stuff, you know, envies all the qualities I have that she wished she did and all this, and it was such a sweet letter, and it really got me going.
Determined not to let herself or her family down, Jocelyn put her pride aside, conformed to the dress code, and for the first time in 2 years set foot in a classroom.
The first day I went back and went to lessons, and it was all right. You know, it was all friendly and it was fine. I got on fine.
The word parliament.
P-A-R-L-I-A-M-E-N-T.
Excellent. Antique, Varun.
They were all so much better than us. The English isn't even their first language, and they were getting top marks. Really opened my eyes to, like, the fact there's more to life than mucking around and having a laugh, and, you know, that actually working for something that you achieve actually, like, feels bloody good.
Knowing that Peter had so far learnt little from his immersion in Indian culture, Uni suspected his last chance to reach him was to talk cold, hard cash.
The meeting in Uni's office about sort of life and that was quality.
Show you a company, how it operates, and from that you'll come to know how you can get a good career.
I actually realised that he was the top bloke out there in the whole company. Like, he was in charge of everyone, obviously, apart from, like, the board or whatever. But he was the CEO. Found out how much he was earning, and I was like, rolling in it.
If you are really serious about becoming something like this, average salary for a European CEO is 500,000 US dollars per year. Plus bonus. Yeah, bonus can be anything. If you do great, you'll get a $1 million bonus.
It sort of showed me what I need to do to get where I want to go. That was one of the most eye-opening parts of being out in India.
When the time came to say goodbye, both Peter and Jocelyn had newfound respect for their Indian hosts.
Bye, thank you. I know I was only with them for like 10 days, but it felt like I'd known them forever. They made me want to work for staff a little bit more than I have been. They made me want to be part of my family more as well.
All the best, do well, okay?
Thank
do well,
you.
do well, okay?
Yeah, all the best.
It was a good trip overall. I was glad I went on it.
But back in England, has their Indian experience created any lasting change?
Right, you make Mummy a cup of tea, I'll go and sit in the lounge.
I think there's been a little bit of change, but not as much as, say, my mother would think.
Thank you, darling, that's lovely.
Sorry.
We have noticed remarkable changes in Peter's behaviour.
I'm going to do some more revision.
Good boy.
I've been working harder at school and, I've been revising a lot.
3 days solid of voluntary revision for his first exam, which is unheard of.
Going to India has definitely helped me focus on what I want from life and where I'm going to go.
Before I went to India, my relationship with my mum was non-existent almost. Now I'm back, she's the first person I tell anything to now.
Well, she seems happier. And Jocelyn, when she's happy, is a much more easy person to deal with.
I'm back at college, I'm at work, I don't smoke as much weed anymore, and I'm happy. I have a smile on my face, and for a reason, not because I've been smoking the weed.
Hannah was struggling to cope with a family tragedy.
My mum died 4 years ago. She spent half her time down the pub. I barely ever saw her. She got a liver infection and she died through that.
It's awful for any child to lose a parent at any age. She'd already suffered the heartbreak of divorce and then she suffered the heartbreak of bereavement.
I need some more booze. Where's my booze?
Ever since she died, I've become more of an outgoing, sociable person because I want to get my mind off it.
Lee did whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted.
No, you're on that. No? Well, you're quite happy as well take your mobility scooter out, wouldn't he, you know? No respect for the fact that if he breaks it, that's your only form of getting about.
I tell myself that I should have more respect for my parents. I should listen to them when they say no. But then when it comes to the point when they do say no, I flip.
Lee, keep the noise down, please!
He is selfish.
He is,
because he does know what he's doing. In other words, he's saying, I don't really care about you.
Hannah and Lee's home from home would be in Botswana, where the family.
The behavior that we see at home is the very same behavior that we would like our children to practice outside home.
Believe that children must demonstrate respect for elders at all times.
If you break the rules of this household, you get punished.
A fact that Lee struggled with from the off.
When my parents come, you're going to wash their hands.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
You've got to wash my parents' hands.
I was shocked. They're adults, I think they can wash their own hands. I did it, and I didn't really like it. It was the first day there. I just went along with the rules. But in my head, I was going, you...
Hannah also found family values hard to handle.
I'm going to search your bag.
You're going to search my bag?
Yes.
That is a total invasion of privacy.
This is my house.
I know.
And in my house, you're going to do as I tell you to do.
Who, in their right mind, would look through somebody's belongings while they're unpacking it in an unfamiliar place?
It's not there.
Not there. It was ridiculous. I felt so invaded.
The were a tight-knit family. Over time, their warmth persuaded the teens to get stuck into Botswanan life.
They wanted me to understand what it's like to be an African and what it's like to have to see what you have to do to actually feed the family and feed the village.
You're gonna kill it.
I'm not gonna kill it. I just physically can't do it. The biggest thing I learned when I was over in Africa was the fact that respect the parents more.
Hannah struggled with her confidence throughout her stay. But over time, Mrs. Salela was able to offer her the benefit of her life's experience.
I guess we're very close to your mom.
We weren't actually that close. We didn't really speak. Like, she left home and I hardly got to see her. And when I did, she was drinking or something, and I just got so fed up with it and like...
Fed up with the drinking or her?
Both. I just wanted to see her and not drunk her. But then again, like, she took me to festivals and she was so much fun when she had a drink in her and stuff.
Does talking about your mother's death evoke some painful feelings? That's why you don't want to talk about it?
Yeah, painful feelings. I don't like thinking about upsetting things that's happened in the past.
It's upsetting. Life has to go on. And I would like to believe that even our loved ones who have died would want us to live a happy life.
Speaking about my problems was pretty damn hard, because I don't. She was just so supportive for it all, and I was able to speak to her and she was able to speak to me, and I had quite a good relationship with her because of that conversation, I think.
The Salelos, they were just amazing, and they were really lovely people, and they touched me like in my heart, and they will always be there.
Thank you all so much. It was just a really great experience, and I don't regret a thing about it. I'm much happier because, like, I've moved out now and I speak to my family a lot more now.
She seemed to enjoy our company and spent time talking to us.
I do kind of think about maybe I should get a real job, get a real education, which I would have never thought about before.
Botswana has left a lasting impression on Lee.
So I learned how to do the washing up in Africa.
Clever boy.
Going to Botswana was a life-changing and unforgettable experience.
I'd say we worked pretty well as a team, didn't we?
Something there has changed in
Seems to have
him.
matured, doesn't he? I don't know. Seems to have got older in his head.
It's more considerate.
My relationship with my parents is so much stronger now, and it's changed, and it's for the best. It's changed for the best.
We haven't had one argument since he's been back. Not one.
The dogs just don't care, is that?
I've seen his dad hug him now and kiss him and actually say he loves him, which, you know, to me that's really nice because he's never done it before.
It was definitely an eye-opener and a slap round the face to get my life into order.
You woke up in what mood this
No, I haven't woken
yes,
up
you
in
have.
the mood. No,
yes,
I
you
haven't.
have.
You are the one that's turned around and said you're bloody tired. Why are you tired? Because you stayed out the night before last, you went out last night bloody drinking. That is why you're tired.
Bye for now.
Beck's out-of-control behaviour was tearing her family apart.
My mum thinks I'm a druggie. My dad thinks I'm a waster, thinks I'm going to get pregnant. What do you mean abuse my body?
The drugs and the drink, Bex.
You don't even know?
No, of course you don't even know.
We've tried absolutely everything with Bex. All different kinds of grounding, punishing, you name it, we've done it.
I just don't like them. They're horrible.
What? Are you home tonight?
I don't know.
She's completely and utterly lost. She is an alien.
In Bolton, Chesden always looked out for number one.
I can't wear a murderer either. Like, I can just do anything I want.
Chesden's mum, Sylvia, has heart disease, but that didn't stop him from treating her like his personal servant.
Put it on spin.
3 years ago, I had a heart attack. I couldn't get stressed, so I let things go.
He thinks he can do as he pleases and you don't have to help out or do anything. Very lazy.
Careful you don't ruin that shirt.
The Brits were sent 4,000 miles away to Atlanta, Georgia, right in the heart of America's Bible Belt. Here they would spend 8 days living as children of the deeply religious family.
We don't believe in smoking, we don't believe in drinking, we don't believe in using profanity, and just things of that nature that so many people in society think are no big deal. They are a big deal to us.
Once the teens got inside, it really dawned on them just what they'd let themselves in for.
This is the room with angels. So when you walked in the door, there was an angel assigned to you.
Oh, God, Bible bashers, totally. I walked into the house and there's all this God.
I thought they're nuts, they're actually nuts. I knew from then on that we're going to have it all week about the God thing.
I'm not joking, I think they did actually have a Bible in the toilet and I was like, no.
For which we are to conduct ourselves. So that's what this meeting is all about.
We're going to give you the home rules contract for the family.
I thought they'd taken a piss. When they put the rules in front of us, I was like, no way.
Profanity is used by people with limited vocabularies. The Kimbrough family is highly intelligent and only uses language that illustrates our intelligence. Would you please move the clipboard because I want to be able to see your facial expressions. Thanks.
That 4-page contract, it's like, this isn't contract, this is a novel. I just can't believe that people actually live like this. It's so different from our life.
The rules were ridiculous though, proper ridiculous.
It was just a matter of minutes between Ches and Beck signing up to the contract and deciding to break it.
Sneaking a fag on balcony, I thought it was proper genius, me, like. They're actually really shocked, like they think we're really naughty and stuff.
And then we smoked it all through the fag and then they've come in the bedroom.
Why do we smell smoke?
Gross.
Did you step out on the balcony? Please tell me you wasn't smoking in my home.
Smoking. I was like, no, I've just opened my suitcase, all my clothes are dirty, they smell of smoke.
You did not just open your bag and the smell of smoke came out. That is a lie. So admit that it was a lie.
It was a lie.
Were you smoking in here?
Not on the balcony.
There is no smoking inside the house. There is no smoking outside the house. There is no smoking in America as far as you're concerned.
And we give them like an empty packet and was like, that's the last of them. And they did, I think they actually did believe us.
The total commitment to enforcing their rules became a recurrent problem for the teens.
The whispering that they're doing is kind of driving me insane. Like I feel like they're plotting.
We kept on thinking of ideas of like where we can go.
Do you want to go now? Where you going? So then Ches has got up and he's walked and then you hear Wonder like, Bex and Ches, where are you going?
Ches, where are you going? Ches.
So we run out the fire exit, pissing down the rain, we run straight into the woods. Me and Ches are running, he's got the Bible over his head because of his hair. All this God.
Can't believe I'm stood in the forest in the rain, trying to have a fag with a Bible on my head. It's ridiculous.
Oh my God, it was awful just there and thinking, this is it now for a week. Got to run away for a fag and you knew you was going to get punished. So you know it's literally going to be church, school and house, that was it. And no freedom, just literally nothing.
Bex and Ches were required to attend one of Atlanta's top private schools for the duration of their stay.
You all are going to be joining a biology lab today?
Yeah, all right.
To begin with, Bex reacted in her usual way, running away whenever the pressure was on.
You can't go in the boys' bathroom. Anthony! Yeah, exactly. Why did you walk out of class?
Because it was too much for me.
But she hadn't come up against anyone like Sister Patrice before.
Can you let go of my arm, please? Let go of my arm.
Young lady, let me make something absolutely clear to you. You are in our environment.
Yeah.
That means you must submit to the rules.
When I first met Sister Patrice and she pinched my arm, I had it in for her straight away. I was like, me and you are not going to get on.
Why are you determined to hurt yourself?
I'm not determined to hurt myself.
Yes, you are.
just need a fag.
No, sweetheart, you're killing yourself.
This is killing me.
I know it's hurting your feelings, but that's different. You're 17 years old. You know how you're living? You're living like a person that's been out of life for quite some time.
I explained to her how different it was and how stressed out and that fact that I needed it, and she didn't say a word to wonder.
Do you realize that if a student smokes here, they are kicked out of school automatically? They don't have a second chance. So if you are given mercy, you've got to show your family mercy. Whether you agree or not is not important. You're still a child by law.
I don't think you and me, someone is generally as nice as her. She was just, well, she knew me and Chase for 2 days, and she stuck by us. Like she believed in us.
In the school's supportive environment, Chesden began to thrive and did those proud.
I love the school because it was really good. Like, you actually learned something, and like the teachers didn't really shout at us. Everyone was just really nice.
You gave it a chance, and that's all we asked this morning, is that you give it a chance, and you did, and that's really, really great. I am so proud of you.
Thank you for that.
So proud of you.
That night, Bex did her homework for the first time in years.
And I just thought, right, at least I can put my thoughts into paper and have some time for myself. And it just come out.
She opened up to Wanda in a poem about being invisible.
I put on a mask. The fake Bex, but the true Bex is still here. I'm just hiding. Devil Bex came about 4 years ago, and she hasn't gone away. I'm scared that the true Bex is not only gone invisible, but is going to disappear forever. I didn't expect that. Wow. I don't even think you realize what you wrote. And that is so very hopeful to me. That's brilliant.
And it was nice to get the reaction like that off her, because no one's been proud of me like that for ages. I don't know, it just made you feel proud of yourself and a bit of belief, like, if I can make them happy and they don't know me, I can make my mum and dad happy at home.
Ches and Bex spent 8 days with the bros, but they learned lessons they hope will last a lifetime.
I'm going to go home, and I think things are just going to be a lot better with my mum. I think I've learnt to be a lot more respectful.
I cried my eyes out when we left. I really did not want to go home. They're just so, they're just so lovely.
So what effect has going to Atlanta had on Chesden?
I can actually iron, it just takes me like half an hour. The experience has changed me a lot because I'm nicer to my mum and I've got a better relationship with my mum now. I did realise from doing that, you know, she does need my help more and it's not fair on her.
How old are you, Bailey?
Right, yeah. It's a two-man job.
He seems more concerned now about me health.
I didn't think she was capable of anything like that, and it proved that she was digging deep with her inner self.
I thought, crikey, you've really you've learnt so much in a week, you've moved on, you're focused.
It was the most best thing I could have ever done in the whole of my life.